I am here in beautiful Barcelona, Spain, and I can't say enough about this city. All I can say is I wish I were here longer. And I can promise you the next time I come back to Europe, the weather will be better, and it will be much nicer because there will be more tourists here, and there will be a lot more fun things to do. You know, like the beach, and the weather won't shift dramatically like it has. You know, being mid-February like it is. But with that said, the weather isn't that bad. It's not like it was in Paris or in London. Behind me is the statue of Columbus, and over there is like a military building. There's the big bus that just drove by. You know, this is one of those cities that you need to really research and do your homework before you come, so that way you can understand what's going on around you, what you're looking at. And you know, try to pronounce the names of these places. Don't be like me and just show up and learn as you go, you know, kind of thing. You know, do your research before you come, and learn a little bit of Spanish. I can speak some Spanish thanks to you know, vivo en la ciudad de Miami for over 2 years, 2 años. And so you know, it's a different kind of Spanish here, but they understand, and I understand a lot of what they're saying. Anyway, Barcelona is the capital of Catalonia, and it's the second largest city in Spain. I'll talk a little bit about what's going on with the secession efforts and the independence movement and all of that, but I don't want to get political here a whole lot. So it is the second largest city in Spain with about 1.6 million people, okay? It is a coastal city, you know, on the Mediterranean. So as you can imagine, during the summer, there's all kinds of cool stuff to do here. It was founded as a Roman city, you know, like London and a lot of those other cities. And of course, you know, Spanish is a Romance language, so you know, a lot of these countries, Italy, Spain, Portugal, France, they can actually, you know, communicate with each other. Even though they're speaking different languages, it's all Latin based, so they can communicate with each other to an extent, you know, especially the Portuguese and the Spanish. They're right next door. They share the Iberian Peninsula with each other. So, you know, that there's a lot of similarities among these countries here in, you know, Western Europe. So since 2011, Barcelona has been a leading smart city in Europe. For those of you who don't know what a smart city is, a smart city is an urban area that uses different types of electronic data collection, you know, sensors to supply information, which is used to manage assets and resources efficiently. In other words, it's modernized. That's what it means in a nutshell. It's a modern digital kind of city, you know, and so that makes getting around and getting information and making payments, you know, at different for different vendors and tourists much easier than what it would be if you're in Southeast Asia or South America or something. Barcelona El Prat Airport, which is the major airport here, international airport, handles over 40 million passengers a year, okay, and it has an extensive motorway network and high-speed rail line, which connects it to the rest of Europe, so that's convenient. If you're like me, you love train travel because you can see more, and train travel is so much nicer than air travel in a lot of ways. Some ways it's not, some ways it is. But with the train travel, you can see so much more, you know, than what you can up in the air, because you've got a closer view of it. You know, as far as tourist attractions, my God, there's so many of them. I'll just give you the ones that I like, okay, and that I was able to check out while I was here, mostly on the hop-on big bus tour that I took. You have the Museo Nacional de Art de Catalunya. You have the Arc de Triomphe, which is similar to the Arc de Triomphe that I saw in Paris that I talked about. You have a lot of those in Europe, and mostly in Europe, but you have them all over the world. You have the San Pau Recinte Modernista, okay, the Parc de la Ciutadella, the Barcelona Cathedral, which is awesome, okay, the Museo Picasso, which is a museum about a no-brainer, Pablo Picasso, which is a world-famous artist, had a lot of great works. You also have the Barceloneta, which is the beach, the real popular beach that they have here. La Rambla, which is where I'm at right now, okay? That's La Rambla street that you see there, okay? It's actually Las Ramblas because it is a series of different streets, okay? But this street in particular that I'm on is La Rambla. I'm near La Rambla. I'm not actually on La Rambla street. You have the statue of Columbus, which is right there, okay? And they call it Mirador de Colum. I'm not sure I pronounced that right. I'm sure I didn't. But, you know, for English-speaking tourists, they call it the Statue of Columbus. I was in there last night. I spoke to some people. They sell some Catalan wine there along with other things, books. interesting literature and just information all about Catalan. Now, about the independence movement, I'm only going to say something very brief about that because I don't want to get political with my travels, but it's still going on. They're still pushing for independence from Spain. It started, I want to say, a few months ago, and they sacked the leader who was actually in exile for a while, I think. I don't know the entire story, but they declared independence unofficially, okay, informally, with no standing army or militia or allies or anybody to back them up from the central government in Madrid from coming in and imposing direct rule. So that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to get political. I don't know the entire story, so therefore, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but everyone knows about the Catalan independence movement who's watched world news, okay? With that said, come to Barcelona, especially in the summer. Don't come in the winter unless you want to avoid a lot of tourists and you want cheaper prices. So that's the advantage of coming in the winter time. But other than that, come during the fall, spring, or summer, especially the summer. It's like Miami. They say someone literally told me that it's like Miami in the summer. So that would be one reason alone for me to come during the summertime. All right, I'll see you guys in Berlin. Peace out.